What is going on? My name is Flip, and man, oh man, I think I'm live. I'm not entirely sure. This is the third time I'm doing this. Okay, I don't think I've done this. I'm doing this properly. Am I live? Okay, I'm live. Okay, cool. And I always forget to do this. Okay, I was about to start a chapter. I'm talking. Okay, I need to make sure that this is in the Discord. I always forget. I am sorry to anyone that's watching. I need to get used to this because I'm so used to just hitting live. Uh, to just hit and record for these ones. At everyone, One Piece manga chapter 1178 live reaction. Okay, and then there you go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we can finally start. We're a minute in. I'm sorry. I apologize. We're here. Okay, so chapter 1177. Last time, then the keynotes for me were what Chopper did. So Chopper over here, a resident doctor, he managed to undo the Dawn Reversi without haki, without killing. So purely just curing them, which is interesting because he is the doctor that's supposed to cure everything. But I wonder exactly what happened. And then there's Usopp, right? Usopp fighting against Emu. He said his great thing, right? And then he said he was defeated. Brook was defeated, and now Emu is fighting Nidhogger Loki and Nika Luffy. Okay, that's what happened last chapter. That is where we left off. Okay, without further ado, let's head into chapter 1178, titled "Waking from a Nightmare." And it's crazy that we're here because we have done since 1103. I think it was the first chapter reaction we've done. We haven't missed a single one, and we're up to 1178, which means soon enough we will have done 100 chapters of One Piece on this channel, which is wild. But anyways, chapter 1178, Waking from a Nightmare. Reader request. We still need like a cover story. I don't know what Oda hasn't given us a cover story in a long time. Kid being chased by a bull charging at his cape. And his cape is red, of course. And so we see Kid running away. He doesn't look scared, he just looks annoyed. I wish this was a cover story because we haven't seen Kid or Law or anything in a very long time now. I don't know what they're up to. Regardless, let's head right into a chapter. We see, apparently they see Luffy in the background. This is Jinbei, who says Luffy. He's with Sanji, Nami, and Frankie, which means, as we've been thinking, this is not on the other side of the island. This is like right there. So Usopp was relatively close. I was like, well, how did he get here so fast? No, he was here. He just was here. And Nami goes, what? That's Brook and Usopp. And so Luffy goes, hey guys, hey, take care of them. And so he just drops them both in front of them. What's happening over there? So that's Jinbei talking. Frankie goes, you want backup? And Luffy, very pissed off. I forgot, last chapter was called Furious for a reason, right? He was absolutely furious. I'll call him if I need help. But for now, you should keep your distance. Okay? So that's Luffy being Luffy. Loki is gonna get pretty reckless. And Sanji goes, that's a lot coming from you. And so Loki goes, boom! Some years ago, a ship of giants was spotted at sea. So this is Loki talking as he's charging up his super beam. Their captain was especially gigantic, but they shrouded themselves in deep mist. Deep mist? Is this the mist that knocks people out from like the beginning of the arc? Holy hell! Are you telling me this is not? We're not talking about Harold. This is someone else. Oh, so this was Emu talking. This is Emu talking, not Loki. Okay. Weird, like, structuring. But they shrouded themselves in deep mist, attacking only government assets whilst remaining unseen. Some years ago. Okay, so we're not talking about Joy Boy. That I thought maybe we were talking about Joy Boy. This is not Joy Boy. So this is not Loki talking as he's charging up. He's just charging up as she talks. So boom, pacifista-like explosion, and so Luffy goes, "Hey, I wanted to beat the bad guy," and so he's running, his legs literally going like a roadrunner, and zoom, he runs off into the sky because he can do that now, right? Cartoon logic. Needhugger Loki looking. He says, "Damn, she escaped. Too tiny. Where are you?" So he seems to be looking for her, but as we see in this panel, she is like looming over him in the middle of the sky, and she goes, "At the same time as these rumors spread far and wide." The grammar in this official translation, this is the official translation, looks horrible. Of a massive flying creature, and so the dots connect. Is she talking about the Nidhogger? But they just said that no one has touched the Nidhogger fruit in like a lot of years. This is not some years ago. This is like a long time ago. So Luffy's still pissed. Holy shit! I don't think I've seen Luffy this pissed before. There you are. You will pay for what you did to Usopp. Holy shit! And Brook. And so we see two panels, one of Brook and one of Usopp, both completely destroyed. And so Gunko, okay, not Emu, Gunko seems to lose her wings, and she's like this, and blood or something, like a black ooze coming off of her, and Luffy goes, "Huh?" And he, boing, literally eyes popped out of his head. Oh, and so we see in the background Nidhogger Loki like over here, right? And then a kind of snake big thing with like the little tendrils. This is Emu, and Emu with like little tendrils like this, which she used to turn rocks into Domerversi. So if she touches, oh what? I'm reading as rocks. Okay, so she pops out, and Luffy seems to say something popped out, and so Emu responds, "If only thou wouldn't vanish. If only thou wouldst vanish off the face of the earth, just as rocks did." Holy hell! And so her little tendril things suddenly get like rings around them, like pentagram-like rings. And she goes, "Diabolical Covenant." Diabolical. We've seen the Depths Covenant. We've seen a regular covenant. There's a diabolical covenant. And so, just like I thought, I've been saying this. I don't know if I said it. I talked to my brother about this yesterday. She is going to Domerversi Luffy and Loki, and it's going to be up to Usopp and the rest to beat them. This is what's happening. And so, boom! She pierces both of them. Luffy through the chest, and Loki through the back of his neck. In exchange for a portion of thy lifespan, I will give you strength, give you greater strength. So they both go, "Ah! Huh?" In return, ye shall hate one another. Dummy Reversi. I said this. I literally said this. And so Luffy and Loki, you see their faces very seriously. Oh, and they don't. Okay, what? Oda? What a piece of shit! This would have been so good, or at least don't introduce it. And both go, what was that for? Thing doesn't even hurt. That's what Rock said last time. Why didn't it work? Is it because they're using their devil fruits? What the hell is going on? And so we see a little dot 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 cloud over Emu. She seems very surprised. Loki goes, get off of me! And what did you just say about rocks? And so Emu, oh, what the hell? As I suspected, ye are both. Oh my god, are you gonna tell me that the D? No, because the rocks worked. I was about to say, do people with the D moniker not get turned? But no. So this also means, okay, this also does mean that the theory that I've been having and other people have been having, that people turn when they're in the homeland, in the Reversi, is not true then. Ye are both. And then Luffy goes gum gum and he's doing like a Gatling. Maybe it's a Don Gatling. And Loki with Ratatasker. Ratatasker is huge. Can he change sizes? He goes, the target's so small, I can't fight like this. And so Ratatasker goes, kuriri, kuriri, kuriri! So it seems he's about to de-transform and use Ragnir. That's what it sounds to me. Luffy with armament haki goes in, Gum Gum Don Gatling, and so we see Emu's eyes over here in a panel over at the top as she's being Gatling the fuck out of, which I don't think is gonna work. I think it's gonna be as effective as Usopp's Green Skull Blast thing was. So we see a great panel, like a big ass panel of the Dawn Gatling. And so we cut to Loki grabbing Ragnir, and we can see a little Ratatasker face on the side of Ragnir. So he goes, Ragnir! Loki goes, look out, Luffy! Kudidi, kudidi! Whoa! Wait! And so we see a partially destroyed Emu looking off. And so Loki goes, Nibelheim? Boom! And goes down on Emu. That sounds terrible, but... And so Gunko seems to still... We see a panel of Gunko passed out. Whoa! You can do that as a finisher? So that's Luffy talking. Wait, I haven't gotten in enough. So it seems to me, based on like how the pan... Oh, wait, he used the thing to create a block of ice. I was like, is this supposed to be movement? No, this is supposed to be a block of ice. So we can see both Gunko and Emu frozen. And Luffy powers down. Kids. And so he is looking very much like this shriveled old man. Loki goes, it seems the fight is over. I don't know who that is in there, but this is the quickest solution. I was just too big before. Like, he's not big enough already. Okay, so the fight is over? There's no way. There's no... This is gonna be the most disappointing chapter ever. There's no way this is how it is. Like, and people... I've seen people say this. It is going too well. Already was going too well. For this to be going right. Right? Like, it's going way too well. And so, the fact that she failed to dominate Reversi, and is now frozen and the battle is over. It can't be this easy. Like, there's no way. Like, I would like to know why they didn't get turned, but I like the idea that they will get turned. Right? That they get turned. If they're not turned this chapter, or at least that Dominant Reversi did something, or reveals something, like he said, you're both, then I don't know if I like this chapter. Like legitimately, that's the kind of thing that if you're not gonna make it do anything, why include it in the chapter? If that makes any sense. Anyways, Fisherman Village, Elbaf. Just put it out. Just put out the fire, man. That damn Loki. He got rid of all the monsters, but he didn't leave us much better off. I mean, Loki doesn't care. Loki doesn't care. It's just the reality of it. He is just here to destroy the enemy. And he claimed he's the sun god of destruction, which, by the way, we still haven't gotten comments on that. Like, what's up with that? Why does he keep saying he's the god of destruction? Okay. So, Huntsman Village. So it turns out Loki didn't kill King Harold, huh? Well, I feel bad for that for that part, but none of the rest. No, you should feel bad. You should feel bad. Like that's just unequivocally. You should feel bad, and the fact that you don't makes me at least dislike, because I can't dislike one person that I don't know as a character. I dislike the Elba population more. The Elba population has been pissing me off with enough fighting, with the I don't know. There's just been things about it that have been pissing me off, and this is one of them. The rest I feel bad for that part, but not for the rest. Fuck you, dude. You should feel bad at the fact that you treated him badly without fully knowing what happened, and then that it turns out he didn't do any of those things, and you still you treated him bad. You should feel bad for it, at least. Look what he's done to our village, just like always. Fuck you. And so, we cut to Nami and Zeus, seems in the Huntsman village. Keep sending that rain down, Zeus. I'm trying. Poor Zeus. And he is white. He is white. He's not black. That sounds terrible. He's a cloud, okay? So, meaning the fact that he's still a white nimbus cloud means that he is not supposed to be a rain cloud, or at least, like at this moment, or at least he's running out of water. So Nami, very Nami fashion, still asking him to do it when she knows he is no longer a rain cloud, is just funny. Okay, Jinbei goes ocean current, shoulder throw, and so he grabs water and he throws it. And honestly, we're at a point in the story where like it's not an arc if there's not a fire in the island, which 3 consecutive times there's been like a full ass fire in the place, and Jinbei most likely needs to grab a piece of water and just kind of throw it over his shoulder to put everything out. Like, at least it happened in Wano. I don't know if it happened in Egghead. I don't think it did, but Egghead still burned in the lava face. So that's one thing. Look what he's done to our village. Okay, shoulder throw, yeah. And so we cut to Lilith. There's only so much the ODC system can do. Oh, right, because she was making those things, the little ring things that like put out fires. I forgot about that. Okay. Western Village. Yow! And so we see Elbaf on fire, the Western Village on fire. And so Dory, Brogy, Stansen, Hydeden. Yeah, that's it. They're all going, is it over? Ha ha. If they flip back to white, it's a success. I mean, yeah, that's typically how Othello plays, reversey. But if they get back up, it wasn't enough. Huff, huff. I'm sorry, captains. I was taken over by some wicked urge. Don't let it bother you. We failed to resist it too. I'm thinking maybe this is my thought. This is my thought process. Because I'm just thinking about this, the fact that they managed to turn them, but not Luffy and Loki. And it might be that if you play Othello, Reversey, whatever you want to call it, you play the game, sure, there are pieces that, like, if you have two pieces and white pieces and then a black piece over here, and then you put another black piece over here, these turn into blacks, right? That is typically how the game works. However, the strategy to win is to try and take the corners. If you put one of your pieces in the corner, that piece cannot be turned. Like, legitimately, there's just no arrangement that you can do to get that to turn. Unfortunately, as it is, and so those are points of control for you. You want the corners. And so I would assume, I don't know if Emu, but there's a good chance that Emu is saying, oh, you are corner pieces. You are what holds the board into what it is right now. So that is the kind of thing where, like, you could have turned them before, but now there's nothing you can do because these are corner pieces. They got there. They reached it. So I don't know. Maybe that's where it's going. Emu hasn't said what she thought. She is frozen, which is bullshit. But whatever. Don't let it bother you. We failed to resist it too, and so we are seeing. Oh, I think we're seeing one of the giant warrior demon pirates not be turned, but like crumble away. Ugh. Damn captains! How dare you? Oh, they're dying. I would assume they're dying, so they're about to turn back. Still a handful of them left, and so we cut to a little reindeer foot Chopper. It seems to be you. He's about to prove like how to turn them back. And so Sorrow says, hang on, I'll handle. And so before he can do anything, my son, my boy Chopper, he goes, he, and slaps like two of them in the back. What? Chopper? And so we see the demons like just pull out of their bodies and flip. Just suddenly, hey Sorrow, what did you just do? I don't know why, but all I have to do is hit them, and it cures their demonic power. What? Is that because you're such a good doctor? That's what I was thinking! That's what I was going for, Chopper! It seems you're such a good doctor that you can cure anything. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, right? In the end, with all this, with Chopper being a doctor and everything. But what? You think so? I mean, don't butter me up, jerk. I'm not gonna take this lying down. Oh, my screen like moved. But that must be it. Well done, God. That clears up this area, but what about elsewhere? So why does it work like just kind of? I don't understand. Is the dumb reversi ability just weak? Has it been just weak this entire time? You just had to hit them like the one time? Or kill them? Like any amount of damage just kind of works for dumb reversi? No visible enemies around Craftsman Village. But we're dealing with fire. Brewer's Village has no enemies, but plenty of fire. Okay. Holy shit, the entire island is on fire. There's just the fire to put out now. Get confirmation of whether the demons are alive or dead. Dude, there's no way it was this easy. Like, there is absolutely no way. We didn't even get a shamrock or anything. Like, I'm cool with that. But if we're ending like this, if we're ending the arc this easily, no, things are going way too well. There's no way, like, this is not going to turn into a massive tragedy. Owl Library. And so Saul is with Robin. Robin goes, Saul. And Saul goes, what's it mean? The fire was definitely raging on inside here. But I don't see a single chart book. The shelves are all empty. The owl. It was the owl. The owl saved it. It has to be. I don't see Biblo the owl either. So yeah, it was the owl. It was definitely the owl. Let's hope for the best. And Robin goes, "Does he remove all the books? That would be wonderful, but where is Biblo now?" Good question. I hadn't thought about that goddamn owl in a long time. Since we finally started fighting back, it didn't take that long. So this is Sanji talking with Frankie, and Frankie is holding the Killingham head. They still have that. It's not like this was an all-out war against the whole organization or anything. Knights from the Holy Land or not, it's only 3 of them. So that's Frankie talking. That's a lot for Frankie to say. And so we see Killingham going, ah! Ah! So Nami's still putting out fires in the background. Killingham goes, oh, wait, okay. So Killingham is going, what happened to Great Emu? Whilst Frankie and Sanji are still talking in the background. If anything, they were punching above their weight against Elbaf. Dude, the fact that the setup for me, this makes it feel like the last panel. I mean, we are like 5 pages away from the chapter ending. I feel like the last final pages are gonna be like the entire island is about to flip or something like that, and only the unconscious people are gonna still be like good. That would actually be pretty fire, but like, and like, so we see actual demon Robin and demon Zoro and demon Sanji and demon Luffy. That would be awesome. I think maybe that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. Outside the Western Village, and so down in like, holy shit. Oh, whoa, wait a second. So cut up into pieces like Kinemon and Punk Hazard. We see Saint Summers in the middle of like a ravine, just going curse you with literally his mouth, like this part of his face, just on its own, his heart beating, like just on the ground there, and then the rest of his head on the other side. Curse you! And so it seems he's pulling himself together. The head goes back together. Yow! So Summers is like reassembling himself. Okay, why is this happening? Team Luffy. Team Luffy. Luffy is just shriveled up and dying in on the floor. He goes, Loki, food. And so Loki just sitting down. He's just sitting down. You think I have food? Okay. Go to the village. And why do you look like that? So Ratatoskr is going, kudity. Dude, Ratatoskr is insanely huge. I mean, it makes sense, but like, I really was thinking he was a lot smaller. And so we see Emu frozen, and then the Emu silhouette suddenly like becomes lighter, which has never happened. Zzz. Oh, she's teleporting back. Sacred Marijua. Chamber of Flowers. Pangea Castle. So we see a little black what's the name? Butterflies. 5 elders. Yes, Great Emu. I will be leaving the Holy Land for a time. To be continued. Chapter 1178 end. I have so many. What? I don't know how I feel about this chapter. What? It can't be the end. Like, not for this fight. killing him knows something happened to Great Emu. I don't understand. Because the way that she's been portrayed, she has been well above everyone else. Okay? But the fact she failed a Damaverse, she couldn't. I've been saying this to my brother. I've been saying it for a long time. He's never believed me. No one has believed me. Emu, in the state that we've seen her up to this point, cannot fight. She can't physically harm anyone, which is why she used Damaverse and taking over the other people. She can't harm anyone. She needs to make sure that others harm other people. But where's she going? Like, maybe her real body was behind, like, in Marijua, and maybe she teleported on her own, but this means Gunko is alone. Like, Princess Shuri is alone, so maybe, because this is going way too well, like, extremely way too well, to an annoying degree. So I wonder what exactly is going on, because there's no way this is gonna end well, especially since, please, let's not leave Elbaf. Please, let's not leave Elbaf. What needs to happen, right? Because we only have 3 Holy Knights, but there are a bunch of Holy Knights. And with how prideful Emu is, there is no way that she won't be enraged. And she looks very calm. Okay? I don't know what the kanji here is. She has like a bunch of kanji in the final panel. Maybe it's katakana. Maybe it's just menacing. But the fact that she's not taking the elders again, I mean, they were already beaten by Luffy and Co, so maybe she knows. But I feel like she should take Garling and the rest of them. Cause, or maybe she's gonna take care of it herself, but she couldn't. So I'm not sure what is. I'm conflicted. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, legitimately, this is very, very confusing. I will be leaving for the Holy Land for a time. So, I don't know how I feel. This chapter was a little bit way too anticlimactic. It should have ended with either her breaking out, or like the both of them turning. Loki and Luffy just turning now. Especially since Luffy is like very, very shriveled now. If you manage to fucking flip them now, and both are like untransformed. So that would have been a great moment for her to break out, do the thing again, and then turn them. And they actually, since the opposite of them right now, they're weak, they're tired, the opposite of them would be in their Nidhogger and Nika forms. Oh, maybe that's why it didn't work. So, because that was them at their highest performance. Like, that was them at their strongest, right? You could say that was them at their strongest. Meanwhile, everyone else was debatable whether they were at the strongest. Like, even if you don't have a devil fruit or anything, and you go, oh, maybe that's it! Maybe that's it! If you're a devil fruit user, it doesn't work because you already have a devil inside you. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's it. I mean, did she not know that those were devil fruit? Does she not know about devil fruit users? Oh my god, I think Emu doesn't know about devil fruit users. I think that's what it is. Wow. I think she just assumes that she can insert a devil inside anyone. But the fact that if they're using their devil fruits at the same time, like if they're in a transformed or like a Soen state, maybe it's exclusively so. Maybe it's a Soen thing. Like, the reason that Chopper can beat him out and the rest can't is because he is a Soen. He has a devil inside of him already. So he can with the power of a devil, he can affect another devil. I think that's what it is. Holy shit. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. And so the reason that Luffy and Loki weren't turned is because they're Soins in their full Soin form. The only way to turn them, if you're gonna turn them, is by doing it when they're not transformed. Which is why the chapter makes such a big emphasis on Loki having to turn back. Because he can't fight Emu in that form, in that way, because she's too tiny. That actually would make a lot of sense. But they should have touched upon that in this chapter. This chapter feels a little way too anticlimactic. This is the first time in an arc where anyone has beaten anyone, like including Bellamy, including I don't know the goddamn lamb dudes from Skypiea. I have never felt when beating someone in One Piece, be it Father, Tough Commander, Toby Ropo, Yonko, whatever you want to call it. I've never felt it being anticlimactic. And Emu, which I don't believe it, but like people keep saying she is going to be the final villain of the series. I still think it's gonna be Buggy. If anything, it's gonna be Blackbeard or Shanks. Probably Blackbeard. I really, really think it's gonna be Buggy. But it's not going to be Emu. Maybe Akainu. I can believe Akainu, if you want to say that. But Emu? I mean, come on. We met Emu like 5 years ago. Like, you can't tell me that's gonna be satisfying. Like, at all. Emu as final villain. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But regardless, I think that might be it. So, I really hope this is not it. I really hope we have like 15 more chapters at least of Elbaf, because this is not the end. Not the end of the arc, not the end of the fight. This is not it. Okay? That was extremely way too easy for what it was. We need Garland to show up. We need Emu to do her trip back to here, back to Elbaf, instead of like staying at the Holy Land or like leaving to someplace else. And if she does leave to someplace else, it better be to collect Smith. But if it turns out that the reason why is because of that, sure. Also, I'm dropping frames. Shit. Okay, there we go. Drop frames have been fixed, it seems. Okay, yeah. The stream is reflecting it. Okay. So upon the theory portion, the comments portion of the stream, I'm about to read the top 10 comments from Manga Plus. That's what I've been doing since I don't have chatters who have theories or anything. It's unfortunate. I would love, since these are streams now, I would love for them to be a little more interactive than just me talking to myself like I've done for 2 years on videos and then answering them on like the comments as always. But okay, Mugiwara 5656. Emu is going to train with Rayleigh for 2 years. Was about to say, Lollit says, was about to say, time for Emu to touch grass, but then realized they can literally do that in their own room. True. Okay. Darkness of Shadows says, the owl. I have my suspicions. The Holy Knights are too calm about this. This was too easy. I don't like it. And that's the kind of thing that, to me, like, okay, I feel that thing where, like, I don't like it in, like, the sense that, okay, I understand. Like, oh, I feel like something's about to go wrong, but I don't like it in that sense, but I also don't like it in the fact that it might just be that Oda is trying to end Elbaf arc. Like this? And I don't know if Oda does this. If Oda does this, it will be unprecedented for One Piece in a bad way. Just in a bad way. This is not a way to end the arc. We didn't even get a finishing move or a new move or anything. The most we would have actually gotten out of this would be the Usopp uh, portion, like the Usopp talking, and like the Red Ogre attack that Zoro did. That's the most we would have gotten out of this fight, aside from also Brook like saying Princess Shuri. It's insane. It's insane. I was complaining the last like two or two three chapters, like, oh, Usopp is not doing anything. Everyone else has been doing things, and he hasn't done anything. You're really about to tell me this is the most we've gotten? This is the most we've done, and also that Chopper, my boy Chopper, figured out like how to turn the dominant reverses, and even then, I think that's not the complete picture because again, I think it is Soen fruits. Soen fruits might be the answer. Okay. Uh, E2E says, first time seeing Kid in a minute. True. I hope Loki joins. Iason goes, hope Loki joins the crew after this. He'd fit right in with the Straw Hat Fleet Alliance. Okay, that's different. Saying the crew, joining the crew, and joining the Straw Hat Alliance, Straw Hat Fleet, is not the same. I do wish he joins the Straw Hat Fleet. I think in the Straw Hat Fleet right now we have 5,000 members. But Usopp still needs to get to his lie of 8,000 men under his command. That still needs to happen. So maybe he should join the Straw Hat Fleet Alliance instead of and maybe even Yamato too. I mean, Yamato is going to join the crew eventually. We know this, but I hope Loki doesn't. I really do. Blub 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 says the title seemed like a story of someone with a chainsaw. Are you saying it because the ending was ass cheeks, like booty cheeks? Okay, whatever. Lawyer Higuruma goes, Emu face reveal next chapter, I hope. I mean, honestly, with this chapter the way that it was, should. Chainsaw Derp goes, that bum kid really scared off Bulls now. That bum kid. Oh! He's talking about the fact that people have to talk about the cover story, I mean, come on. Kid Before Law in the manga is crazy. There's Ice Cream 23. I mean, it's a cover story. And finally, let's go with, Darkness of Shadows goes, Emu is coming to finish off God Usopp. That's how you know Usopp is king. You know what? I'm going to like that one. That one's a bonus. But we're going to read the final one before we end stream. Sid Malik 281 goes, really excited to see Emu fight Luffy and Loki in physical being, and wonder if Chopper's fruit is actually a mushroom Hero talk about, said to cure all diseases, and maybe based on some deity of health. And seems like the series is going to be fun, wondering if Chopper has awakened his devil fruit. That's what people have been saying. People have been talking about like how maybe Chopper's the forest god. I don't think so. I don't think so, because that would take away again from a Hito Hitonomi, the human fruit. I really think, especially since a lot of the human fruits that we know are mythical, we need a regular one. I'm sorry, Chopper. I really don't think. I mean, the fact that you're nothing special makes your fruit special. I mean, and he's a reindeer even, and I would love to see if, because people have wondered about this, like, what if Chopper's human fruit was taken by an actual human? Would he just gain like more human powers? Like, would he transform into something else? I think they would probably transform into different versions of like what humans go through. So maybe there's even like a woman point, or like a strong man point, or I don't know. Those are just things I'm thinking. But yeah, I want him to stay the way that he is. I do want him to awaken his fruit. That's the one thing. I feel like Monster Point at this current point, he will never get that upgrade where like, oh, I don't need to eat the Rumble Balls to turn into Monster Point. He's simply just going to awaken his Devil Fruit, and then Monster Point will be null and void because there's no need for Monster Point anymore. It's just awakened Chopper form, which I wonder if he would become that big guy, or if he like would suddenly slender down. I feel like slendering down and then getting the ring around them would actually be pretty fire and look a lot more human, with like very like the long legs with the hooves and like the big horns and anything, or maybe even short horns, or maybe like ample horns like a moose, or I don't know. It would be pretty cool if he slenders down, because I've missed his form from arm point and jump point. I really miss those. So, anyways, I don't really have any other thoughts. So I was about to say, without further ado, I was about to say thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't and you've stuck around to the end of this, please do subscribe. And I will see all of you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.